Welcome back to Ready, Set, College. We are here today talking all things Rutgers University with Emily Stevenson, the Regional Director of Recruitment. Emily, thank you again for being here.
Of course.
There's a couple of highlights I want to backtrack, and we learned so much information in that second segment that as California students go, there's a few key words that you had mentioned. One is research opportunities, and we're going to hear a lot more about that in this segment. The second is you have two hospitals. Not one, two. So those of you who are looking pre-med track, those of you who are looking nursing track, these are places you should be considering because there's going to be opportunities that a lot of other schools won't have opportunities for. And then the last being engineering. Engineering is a hot button issue. You look at things like payscale.com and you start to look at the top schools. Engineering school, engineering school, engineering school, engineering school. So knowing that strength is available at Rutgers raises that value as we learned. But there's also a lot more to learn that we haven't yet touched on, so I'm going to give the floor back to Emily. There's another slide we're going to put up on your screen right now, and I'm going to give Emily the floor.
All right. So yes, Rob, as you mentioned, we do have a ton of research opportunities on campus, and certainly they are in engineering. They're in the pre-health professions. I mean, we have pre-health everything, including direct entry nursing and direct entry medical as well, and accelerated medical, in addition to pre-health or pre-med. But as far as research on campus, 61% of our students do participate in undergraduate research. What does that mean? We have freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors that are actually engaging in research that are being published as undergraduate students. Some of the examples of research that has taken place in, I think we have over 200 research laboratories on campus. We have helped develop a new arm, or I guess a prosthetic arm for that amputees can use with their current nerve endings. At Rutgers, we've designed the RU glider, which is the first transcontinental submarine to go as unmanned, and it went from the East Coast over to Europe, and it's able to detect things that the National Weather Service was not able to do. There's actually a YouTube video on it if you want to find it, the RU glider. So students are really engaged on campus. They're working with professors. We have the Oresti Research Development Center on campus. The whole purpose of the Oresti Center is to actually educate students on how to engage in research at an undergraduate level. So very important on campus. We also have a very diverse college community. We have students from over 115 countries, all 50 states, and more than half of our students identify as non-white. So if you wanted to learn about different cultures and different geographic regions, as well as different ethnicities, you're going to find that at Rutgers. And that's an important part of the classroom.
I certainly agree, and I think diversity is something we've come to expect at a lot of the schools here in California. We are one of the most diverse states in the union, and I think we have a better understanding of how to work with others in our state because of it. There's also something to be said for a New Jersey education, a New Jersey life versus a California life is going to be a little bit different. I'm sure, weather considerations notwithstanding, but I keep coming across this idea of opportunity. I'm hearing about students who are driven and students who have opportunities to express their interests in the classroom in many different top fields, in all sorts of research opportunities. Undergraduate research opportunities we hear a lot about, but there aren't really that many places that offer real hands-on experience other than, well, I'm a schlep for Professor XYZ. But when you're saying, we have undergraduates who are publishing, hold the horses now. You're a large public school who's giving that kind of opportunities to undergraduate, even low-end undergraduate students. This is a big deal. This is something you should be paying attention to. If you're that student who has that thirst, that hunger to really be able to learn on your own and push the envelope in areas where you have an interest in learning, Rutgers might be an excellent place for you to consider. So we'll certainly have opportunities for you to reach out to Emily. She wants to be able to answer your questions and your concerns and give you more information about Rutgers. We'll flash her information up on the screen now. We'll also give you another opportunity at the end of the show. I want to come back to something here on the slide that we posted. We'll post it again now. 460,000 living alumni. And number 4, best for vets. Talk a little bit about that.
Sure. So we are the 8th oldest school in the country. That means we've had time to have a lot of students go through Rutgers and graduate. The great thing about that is there are alumni everywhere. I mean, if I wear a Rutgers sweatshirt or one of my kids is wearing their Rutgers t-shirt, we run into alumni everywhere we go. But the other thing is okay, so you go across country and you go to Rutgers for undergraduate and you want to move home. You need a job. You network with our alumni. Actually, one of our biggest alumni chapters is here in Southern California, in LA and Orange County. So very active. They get together and watch the football games together. They watch parties. They have a barbecue to send all of our students off to college in the fall. So they're very involved. You see them everywhere, a very welcoming community. And just, I can't tell you how excited they get to run into someone that is connected with Rutgers. Definitely a lot of pride that comes with being a Scarlet Knight.
And one quick thing before we go to break. They're in the Big Ten.
Yes.
Sports fans, they're in the Big Ten. That's no joke. That's Ohio State country. There are some major games that are going to be played. Football games, basketball games. So there's a lot of excitement involved athletically if that's something that's important to you on the Rutgers main campus. So there's so much information there. We still have a little bit more information though to cover. Some interesting angles that we generally don't even get to on our show that Emily's going to be able to share in terms of connecting with counselors and why it actually matters. So sit back, stay tuned. We'll be back in just 60 seconds with another segment here on Ready, Set, College.